task, even if you are clear love. So let's see how these two match up as we head into game number. Task, even if you are clear. So let's see how these two match up as we head into game number.
Whenever possible. Reminds me of Rush a little bit in NA. Well, not in NA anymore. Sad face.
Ahead, he's looking to try and move down towards the bottom side of the map. Does get caught out trying to rotate. And immediately Tom Kench and Jin will back off towards the safety of their turret.
So that's really smart from Scout. We just saw him look to rotate towards that bottom lane. Ash was at 50% in the XP, and they looked to getting something on. Okay, Flash.
Flash comes out from Scout. Will be able to escape the gank that came out from Sofm into the mid lane. Tank even used his Ghost there to try and catch up onto Talia and get the stun card down. But it's not going to happen. Still, good look as they burn the Summoner spell on Scout.
Yeah, forcing the Flash will mean quite a bit. Now there's a lot of danger, a lot of level 6 being hit on Deft, level 6 on Clear Love. So anyone who... so Tom Kench being mid lane is really good for them for Snake, because otherwise Twisted Fate would have actually just been killed off that.
That definitely would have been a dive that would be initiated there by EDG. Sofm's now inside of Clear Love jungle, farming it up. But Martin almost walked straight into the enchanted crystal arrow. The Weaver's Wall will cut him off from the turret as Mako jumps over and takes out the turret. Hecarim's there, ready for the flash, using the ultimate to get out. Top side of the map, it's a 3-man gank that comes out from Snake to take down Mouse, but they trade 1-for-1 across the map.
3-man on both sides. Really good response from Snake to get a trade off of that, because Martin was doomed. So now it looks like they're going to try and trade towers for it.
They should be able to do just that. Martin, he's level 4 on Jin here, Raz. Mentioning it, not having a great game, but it's just a disaster at the moment for the AD carry of Snake. This turret will eventually fall for death, just letting as many minions as possible die before he takes that one down. There were pings coming out on over towards the Mountain Dragon, so EDG want to try and start that one up as well and look to take down the first Elemental Dragon of the game.
So this is just EDG at this point, looking to kill off the entire wave before really rotating towards this, or before letting the tower die. It just means that it's going to be even harder for Jin to come out and pick up that CS. If he's going to do it, if he's going to commit himself to take that wave, then he will look to get dived. There is a lot of unsafety for him whenever it comes for him to be walking up and picking up these minions.
It certainly is, and only 10 minutes into this game, doesn't really do this game justice. It's only 1,000 gold in favor of EDG, but the experience advantage that they hold at the moment is phenomenal. They're a level up in the mid lane, a level up on their 80 carry as well, close to 2 levels even. So looking strong to start things off. But they're going to have to pull out a nice goal lead for themselves wherever they possibly can.
Yeah, Flandre is looking to sit into the bottom lane, look to pressure out this matchup here. Perhaps even trying to chip out this turret. Do want to see what he's there for, though.
When I do have Twist of Fate as well as Sofm rotating down towards the bottom side now, so it looks like it's going to be a 5-man on towards this turret.
To pressure out this matchup here. Perhaps even trying to chip out this turret. Do want to see what he's there
EDG can't really contest just yet. They've only got 3 members down there to start things off. Now here comes the arrow, lands on top of Sofm. Bubble will not connect. Flandre will go mega in a second. Mako on the front lines. There goes the Weaver's Wall, cutting off Martin and Flandre. They're stuck in the corner. Scout will sideways shove Flandre back, but a big Gnar ultimate as well as a big wallop comes out. Of Snake now being a little bit more cautious because the gold is still dead even, but for some reason it still feels like the ball is in EDG's court.
Well, EDG, even the smallest advantage for EDG, they play it out fairly well because they play to their composition rather than the advantage that they have. So it's going to be very difficult for Snake to try and get anything out of it.
And Sofm will get slowed down by the Nami, but all he really wanted to do was take away the pink ward deep inside of EDG's jungle. They also take down Scuttle Crab, which will give them good vision for when this next dragon comes back up. EDG were able to take the first one down as Sofm moves towards the bottom lane. Was trying to see if he can get a gank off towards Scout, who is busy clearing out these minions, but he's staying nice and as far back as he possibly can.
Yeah, they have great defensive wards coming in on the bot side. EDG, when it comes to EDG and their warding, it feels very difficult to approach it.
And after a very chaotic start, Rads, but now, you know, it's a little bit more quiet between these two teams. All the summoner spells are coming back up and will be available. All the ultimates are up and available. Neither team really pushing for anything yet, but that may change when this next dragon spawns, because that will be up in 5 seconds here.
Yeah, ever since losing that team fight in the bottom lane, it's a bit harder for EDG, especially since Snake do have the Tahm Kench on their side. If you have that pick composition, if you have the pick coming from Talia, if you have the pick coming from Ashe, usually that'd be a great advantage towards you. But Jezzo's positioning, it does mean a lot going forward, and how he's able to save out his teammates. The slight early game, or at least the early fight, the early portions of the fight, but once Talia just separates Snake's team, once they get the first pick, once they get the second pick, it's all over for the rest of Snake. They can never really get away from the chase potential. And he goes straight towards Sofm.
They're not done yet. He smites it up. Sofm stealing the movement speed, trying to chase him away from the Krugs, it seems. Cluelove is very angry. And you see the damage dealt in that team fight. I should say the lack of damage coming out from Snake. only Jin really getting damage down there. Mouse now has to try and run away. Tahm Kench trying to get a flank off as he eats up Tank, but the gold card will expire.
He's ghosting.
Ghost has been used by Tank, trying to collapse on towards him. Will get the slowdown from the barrels, and they will not be able to chase him down in time.
Yeah, they don't get him. That's going to be unfortunate. And it gives EDG the time to just back and head straight back onto the wards of the map. And that's a very, very small detail, right? But it means so much. Back timings, they're so valuable, especially if you're a team that's just trying to upkeep the wards, the vision that you currently have. And so it feels like a very free backing for them. Now they're going to head out back.
Massive movement and send 5 members towards the mid lane to try and take down EDG's outer turret. EDG react by pulling everyone away from that top lane and moving to try and force a fight in the mid lane. That forces Snake to go back and play a little bit safer. Def will now show himself and get the final auto attacks down to take care of this.
So yeah, the differences between both of these teams, I mean, there are a lot of differences, but the main one in this game is EDG's team fights, EDG's picks turn into actual gold, actual vision, and towers for them. On Snake, on the other hand, their skirmishes, they don't turn into much, and it looks like they're going to continue to chase out this GP. Better watch out. Baron's being started.
Got to be careful, though. Mouse trying to do what he can to delay some time. Eats an orange, and he's K running away as Sofm Tank still try to hunt him down. The final blue card will be enough. Tongue Lash from JZ looks to steal the Baron, but Mouse has taken enough time out of Snake's book and will allow EDG to take down the Baron.
I mean, I was talking about the subtle advantage in the last time they chased down Mouse and just being able to come back onto the map. But this time they get a free Baron on top of it. Not so free. Mouse is dead, of course, but but they'll take that. They'll take that trade any day of the week.
They certainly will. Now Snake, they have to fight up against a Baroned up EDG, who are now 7,000 gold in the lead. It was a really big start for EDG. Really, really strong right out the gates. Snake fought back quite well, and then suddenly the goalie's just been blown wide open, Raz. It looks like EDG are going to be able to get their undefeated run in the LPL.
Ooh, never say never on that one. Snake could find that skirmish, could find that fight, but you're right. EDG have been playing incredibly well up until this point. The gold lead is coming back, but I always feel like gold leads for EDG I don't want to say that it don't matter, but especially when they were 1K ahead, it felt like they were 5K ahead. It felt like they were 10K ahead. They were really taking a massive amount of control, and they just keep going for Mouse.
Well, Mouse has to be a little bit careful as he will get jumped on again by the Twist of Fate. He tries to duel out Sofm. He actually gets the 1-on-2 outplay, takes down Sofm. Tank will get the revenge kill, but that's still a statement from EDG's top laner, as now they try to collapse on towards Scout in the mid lane, gets a good double seismic shove to knock away the incoming Tahm Kench and friends, and EDG work on the top lane in the turret while all the action is taking place in the mid lane and bottom lane.
I mean, Snake are just trying to get a fight or two, trying to pull EDG in, but they're just going to the opposite side of the map. They got a free tower for themselves, and it looks like they're going to get another one.
Well, they're trying to chase for this inhibitor. The rest of Snake are close by and waiting to contest for this. Scout, though, is chipping away at the mid lane inhibitor turret at the same time. Got it down to about half health. The Snake continue to rotate around the map and try to defend their base. Clearlove will charge on towards this turret, chunk it down too. So playing a very patient game, EDG.
It's a chip damage game. Snake, and that would have been disastrous.
They've gone in. That's Sofm going in really deep. The ultimate comes out from Gangplank trying to catch Tank off guard. Chunks his health down pretty low. But a big summon spell burnt, a big spell being burnt, from EDG's top laner. And Scout does get out safely, so does Sofm.
Yeah, it's just a game of chip damage. Every single time, Snake sends more than one person to defend the top side, or maybe even the mid turret. EDG will just say, you know what, the next unit, go towards the top side. Even Clearlove getting in the nice charge damage in on that tower. So a lot of chip damage going down. That just means that one proper skirmish, one proper team fight for EDG will result into 2 inhib towers if they play it right.
Exactly that, and there's still about 8,000 gold in the lead. Dragon is back up and available. It's a Mountain Dragon this time around for EDG, which would assist them when they try to siege Snake's base. And they're still taking things slow and steady, EDG. Not rushing or risking too much in this match.
Yeah, I mean, they have the lead here. They're just going to keep pushing it. They're playing perfectly, and you wouldn't even think that this game meant nothing, right, in terms of just the standings, because EDG just don't care. And this is a big difference that I see from this team from now and from prior seasons. They're keeping to their same lineup, and on top of that, they're playing to their game.
They're looking for Mouse again, but they spot out EDG inside of the red buff of their jungle. Weaver's wall will not connect as Sofm just hops to safety over the Gnar.
Yeah, both of them can hop over that ulti, so either way, not very impactful, but it does have a fairly low cooldown.
Still, EDG looking to continue their split push. Mouse has been the center of their attention from Snake, and every single time they collapse on towards him, they try to take something elsewhere. Sofm now going toe-to-toe against this gameplay. He tries to kite around the minions and tries to get a couple of more barrels down, but now they're just farming on opposite sides of the map, Raz. Not quite sure what their objective is here. It seems like it's just to avoid each other.
Lee Sin just does not want to take that fight. It comes down to, it just feels very difficult as a Lee Sin because a lot of your trades do come down to you landing your Q. Makes it easier if you can initiate with the ult then Q, but it's just hard because GP has his phage. He does have the Trinity Force.
As there's an arrow on towards Jay-Z, Seismic Shovel will not be able to knock Snake's support back in towards the rest of EDG's team. As they push on to try and get more damage onto the mid lane inhibitor turret. Flandre is about to go mega, so they will have to be a little bit careful. A big seismic shove comes out from Talia, knocks Martin back and chunks him out. Jay-Z promptly eats him up and makes sure he gets to safety.
Yeah, usually that trade, that skirmish, what are you doing?
So, FM.
Right. Okay, he's free. But usually that would turn into some chip damage under that tower, but the wave was so far back that you would have to wait a bit to commit to this one. So Snake is free and able to going back to their base, healing up after that pick. Now they're going to look to...
He's found Scout. Sofm in a bit of trouble though because there's a Hecarim collapsing on top of him. Does get the knockback. Gangplank ultimate's going to come out. Jay-Z flushes forward to save Snake's jungler, but that's a lot of summoner spells burnt to get away from that sticky situation.
Yeah, once again, they do have to wait for this next wave. So honestly, if Mouse was on the top side of the map threatening the other wave, that would have been just a little more easier.
Well, there's a Weaver's Wall coming out from Talia, looking to try and knock the wave away from this turret. It will take a bit of damage from Def, who tries to jump in. Here goes Flandre. He's mega, gets a 3-man Gnar into the wall. Def is really low. He has to try and kite. There's the Twisted Fate into the backlights to take down Snake's AD carry. Promptly uses Zonius to keep himself alive. Will get eaten up by Jay-Z, but Jay-Z's going to go down. Tanks the next target. A double kill comes out from Mouse. He gets the triple off of the parlay. And Clear Love is still chasing on to Martin, knocks him back, swings it round and round and pick up another kill. It's 4 kills for EDG.
Yeah, shake your head, Clear Love. That was a little bit ridiculous there. Now, that was the best fight Snake was going to get. That Gnar ulti to the wall meant the world to Snake, but it didn't really matter. At the end of the day, EDG have far too much damage, far too much of a lead, and just look at this. This was incredible. Flandre, now great ulti from Mako to just cancel out Martin's curtain call. Look at this. Boom. Hits them all, able to just chase him backline. Mako dies, down goes Deft, but it doesn't matter. Clear Love is a carry as well, and he's untouched.
I believe he has over 10 kills at this point in the game. Mouse playing phenomenally well despite all the pressure that Snake have sent towards EDG's top laner. Sofm during this time decided that his best course of action is hold up minions in the mid lane. I don't blame him trying to delay the end of the game from EDG, who have actually started on Baron buff once again.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out of Mouse in that team fight as well. There's a lot of zoning force coming from those barrels.
Well, there's an ultimate coming out from Gangplank. Sofm is really low. Jay-Z gets locked down by the stun. He goes in, does not get the smite down, and will get killed for his trouble. Jay-Z has to run, but there's barrels coming out from Mouse. Face of the mountains, not going to be enough to keep himself alive. He tries to eat the Gangplank, but dies while the pirate is in his stomach. And the rest of Snake just run straight back towards their base. They had to put on their best defense possible to stop EDG from finishing the game right here.
Inhib down. Flandre is holding up the wave bot, but he has to come back. 4-man unit of EDG knocking on death's door. But man, you cannot win that 50-50 trade on the Baron Smite against Clear Love. He's playing it out incredibly well. His team is allowing him to get the best advantage possible. but they're doing it.
Well, they've got inhibitors, they've got minions, and they've got Baron buff. They're pushing towards the Nexus. Respawn time is rather large, but they will be back up and online. Let's see if Snake can try and defend here. Flandre's gone in. Megana on 3, flashes away from EDG. Clearlove's the first target. SOM's deep into the back lines. Tidal Wave will come out, locking them all down. Hecarim goes into the back lines as well. Deft has been left untouched as he gets another kill. Tank's the only man left as a double kill will come out. He's popped the Destiny. He's going somewhere else, Raz, but it doesn't matter because EDG, they're going to be able to take down the Nexus and also finish the season undefeated in the summer split of the LPL.
Are they going to get him? Tank, you better watch out.
They want it. They really want the dive. They're doing a lot of damage, but it's not enough because the Nexus will eventually fall down. EDG finish their split undefeated.
Now, this seems like it's a bigger course for celebration, bigger than Clearlove's birthday, actually, that we had a couple weeks back. This is great. You got your 16-0 run. Now, Matt, can you get yourself an undefeated run through the playoffs?
That's what they'll be looking for as they head into the playoffs as the #1 seed of their group. Snake, they do drop their games here today, but they're still the 2nd seed from their group heading into playoffs.
Yeah, so this does mean a lot for both teams. Both teams playing to their best. You even saw the Lee Sin coming out of SOFM. This, I don't want to say it's the best practice you're going to get as Snake. So yeah, sure, you lose 2-0. And both games felt fairly hard. Now sure, the second game was fairly hard for EDG to finish out, but it felt like Snake were always 2 steps behind.
Really felt like just that because EDG burst out of the gates in game #2. Game 1 a little bit more clinical for them. Game 2 was a little bit more scrappy, but they show once they get their goal lead, there's just nothing that the opponents can really do to try and get back into the game.
Yeah, exactly. So I mentioned the goal lead's not